Hold on, let me plug my headphones in. Well, I am disappointed to have to come here for this because honestly, I was actually very satisfied with Cloud Cover Cannabis at first. Honestly, everything that I got from them, let me backtrack. The one strain that I did get from them was honestly really good. I actually really enjoyed everything about the strain that I did purchase from Cloud Cover Cannabis. So, that leads me to say I am very disappointed in me having to come here today to say this. The brand or the dispensary high profile over in Dorchester, honestly, just absolutely lazy workers. Super lazy. Everything about the customer service at the place was just lazy. The way they set up the line, everything just lazy. But I actually went there the other day. That's the reason why I'm able to say that everything about the customer service is just lazy. But then I went again today. I went again because I was like, shit, I bought an eighth the other day. I only wanted to buy an eighth at first because it was my first time stopping at that dispensary. I honestly wanted to see how the customer service was. I wanted to get a feel for everything in the dispensary because I've been to a lot of dispensaries. I've been to a few of them where I will never ever go back. And this one just made the list. This is definitely just absolutely garbage customer service. But let me get into it. Honestly, I've wasted a good portion of my time right now, so I'm going to waste about 30 seconds of your time. I apologize. I'm gonna turn some music on. I'm gonna try to chill out a little bit. Honestly, it's just very disappointing because I took an Uber all the way there from I was in Westwood and I went from Westwood to Dorchester. Do the math. Just absolute waste of time, waste of money. I'm honestly not even worried about the money. I can make the money back. The money is not a problem. Just the time. The time is fucking just irritating to lose. I hate losing time. It's very disappointing. Honestly, I've had discussions with the brand. I've had discussions with the brand and they've seemed like great people. It disappoints me that I have to come here and do this. I have to come here and not talk shit about them. I'm not talking shit by any means. Nothing I have said today is me talking shit at all. I'm telling the truth. Everything has been complete truth. And the fact that they close early could mean one of one or two things, right? They either sold out a product and they don't have anything else to sell, which that's something you would do if you owned a pizza shop. That's realistic if you owned a pizza shop. But if you own a fucking cannabis shop, you probably should know your increments. You should probably know how much you should have for that day. And if you sell out, that is something you can post about on your social media accounts. Let the people know so they don't go and waste 2 hours of their time going back and forth to your dispensary just for nothing. It is a huge waste of time. It is absolutely outrageous. And honestly, the fact that this brand did this makes me never want to shop with them ever again. I will never waste any time or money with this brand ever again, especially time. The fact that in the DMs, I've been talking to them, and honestly, I should show you guys the DMs. Just pitiful. It is just goofy, honestly, very goofy. The stuff that they're saying. It's just they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't work with that team. We're not connected to that team." They're trying to act like they're not accountable for it. They're acting like the just because they're a huge brand that has different parts they sell out different parts of their brand doesn't mean that the part that you sell out can do all this fuckery and you guys can get away with it. Everyone has to be liable. Everyone has to go it, think about it like this: if we're looking at this as trapping, if you're in the streets, you're trapping, you're making money, and it's not legal, you can't go down and act like everyone around you isn't part of it. You know what I mean? Like you have to make sure everyone's safe. You have to make sure everyone is properly handled. And the fact that they're having loose ends, they're having lazy fucks that are making probably $15 an hour and they have a reason to be lazy. If you're paying your workers 15 an hour to do either your bud tending or whatever it is, you better expect that they're either going to steal from you or they're going to be lazy. They're not going to want to do their job and they're going to be fucking lazy. So, what you guys have is a store that is ran by some fools, ran by some fools. The other day when I walked in there, it was just there was people sitting on couches and shit, sitting there waiting to go into the place. Like, what is this? You guys don't know how to run a fucking you if you can't run a dispensary, you probably couldn't even run a pizza shop. Let's be honest. If you can't even if you can't know the customer service ways of operating a line, it's just wild. It's like if you walk into this dispensary, they're gonna have two lines, right? I don't know why. They have two lines, and of course, when you walk into a door and someone calls out, "Oh, next in line," you're probably gonna walk up to the person who just said it, right? I walk up to the person and I went completely out of my way. It was just the other day when I actually did shop at this dispensary, it was another waste of time, to be honest. It was probably at least like 15 minutes that I was actually just in the dispensary standing, just not at the register, not entering, not anything, just standing there doing nothing. I was like, how is this possible? How do you hire people that don't even give a fuck about cannabis? That's one thing I really want to know. If you own a dispensary and you have all of these people who just like to get high, that only like to get high and they don't really care about the medical purposes of the plant, they don't care about any of that stuff, then what do you expect? Do you expect this brand to ever be fully successful? And maybe it will be successful number wise, but just as we see with any of these SoundCloud rappers, you can blow up overnight and just as fast as it comes, it will go. So, this is a good example of that. The fact that this brand wanted to fuck over someone that is in the position to tell you what is quality and what is not quality. I'm only doing this channel. I'm not going to be able to make money off this channel. I don't think a lot of people understand that. I'm literally putting songs in these videos that get me copyrighted. I'm not in this to get money. I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this to make sure that the quality survives. I'm going to be one of the ones that make sure that you know what high quality cannabis even is. So, the way that you can help me do that is by making sure that you don't shop with this brand ever again. Honestly, I'm super against ever canceling anything. I'm not the type of person that agrees with this cancellation era that we're in, but what we need to do is we need to show this brand that we know about the bullshit. We know about the bullshit that they're selling. They're selling some stuff that is, of course, it's decent weed. I'm not gonna lie, Cloud Cover Cannabis does sell some really decent weed. It's good. It's not bad. It's I would say it's similar to Trade Roots. It's not the best in the world. It's hydroponic. It's better than mids. It's decent. And when I throw Trade Roots in there, let me say this. I'm not saying Trade Roots is bad at all. I've only experienced one of their strains, just like Cloud Cover Cannabis. I honestly don't have a good full judgment of either of these two brands when it comes to quality. But from my experiences, it does seem like they love to take shortcuts. And what I mean by that is whether it's trimming, they're using a machine to trim their weed. That should give you a huge telltale sign of what these people really care about. They care about numbers. They care about numbers. They don't even care about having some product that's going to be able to look pretty. They don't give a fuck about even looks, which should be a huge scare to a lot of people because we know that the market is basically all looks. It's all glitz and glamour shit that is going to make you think this is one way even though it's that way. It's all tricks, it's all scams, and it's all marketing. It's at the end of the day, that's the reason why I'm going to be doing this video in the near future. And the video that I'm talking about is the business of exotic mylar bags. Honestly, I think that is just very good. I believe that that ties in very well with the topic that I'm talking about today. I do strongly believe that a lot of these brands are just in it just to sell you an image. So, with that being said, I feel like I have covered this decently. I feel like I've done a decent job of covering this. Um, Let me just check over my notes because I did have some notes for this topic, to be honest. So, terrible setup for the customers. Workers are super slow, lazy, just not good people. Honestly, it was just very weird the fact that I walked up to the door. They had someone standing there waiting at the door basically 10 minutes ahead of time. I got there at like 9:52, like 9:53, and they're already turning people away. Of course, like, let me say this. Yes, you are going to be closing soon. Do you not have a manager in this place though? Is there not a manager that has to close up shop, make sure that the registers are all accounted for and all of that? Like, who's running this place? Is there anyone that's overseeing the stuff, or is there just a bunch of teenagers that are in there just calling shots? Because if I owned a very expensive dispensary, ooh, I would hate to have some goofy, goofy people just calling shots, telling the people that, oh wait, we're not going to take your money anymore. We don't want your money now. It's 8 minutes before closing time, and we don't really have to clean up or anything. We didn't make any food. We didn't make a mess. We don't really have to do anything before closing time. But hey, you can't come in. You can't spend any more money because we're going to get the hell out of here a little before time. Think about it like this. I spent at least $40 today back and forth to this fucking dispensary. After getting an Uber, I took the train home, which of course I didn't have to do that, but I'm not gonna get another Uber home. Like, think about it like this. Like, I wasted time, money, and just overall just fuck this brand is never gonna see me as a customer. I would say fuck this brand overall. This brand, the fact that they tried to go with the excuse of saying that, oh, it's basically not their fault that someone basically bought out a portion of their brand. You are a clown. Whoever runs this brand, you are a clown. I would love to see you in person, to be honest. And I'm not that's not a threat, but I would love to see you in person. With that being said, though, of course, I did waste a lot of time today, so I'm not going to waste any more time. If you want to see what I have to say about this brand, watch this shit over again. Um, I'm going to smoke a little bit of weed, though. I'm going to get my nerves settled because this was just frustrating. This was very goofy. This was definitely one of those days that just showed me that the Massachusetts market is still at its very low ages. It needs a lot of work. Something that I do see coming though. I definitely see brands like Lazy River or even brands like, I'm not gonna say that AYR or Lit has good quality cannabis, but I will say that they have high quality customer service. The fact that they reached out to me, gave me product, gave me merch, and just gave me stuff to review shows the brains in these fucking people. It shows the knowledge of marketing. And at the end of the day, you need to market good if you want your brand to be out there. You can't have these $15 an hour clowns behind your registers just telling people that, oh, it's you can't buy anymore. It's 10 minutes before closing time, but we don't want your money. We want you to just fuck off and never come back here again. You'll never have a successful dispensary like that. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm just a kid. We're not a kid anymore, but compared to these goofies that own these dispensaries nowadays, these chads, they would call me a kid. They'd be like, "Oh, he knows nothing. He's just a kid." But watch, just watch what I'm able to create. I guarantee you, the dispensary that I create in the future, even the fucking trap shit that I was doing in the past, like maybe I shouldn't be talking about this on YouTube, but ask about me. My customer service was amazing, amazing. So fuck you to this brand. Fuck you. Eat a dick. Honestly, at this point, Mr. Nice Guy has left the building. At this point, I've been very nice to these clowns, and the fact that they're gonna waste my time and waste my money, fuck you. But hey, shout out to the one person that's in the chat. I'm not trying to be too negative here, but hey, I gotta be truthful. I gotta be honest. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of honest people nowadays. I feel like that's why I have a opportunity to do something, you know? Just because I'm honest, which is scary, to be honest. It's scary that people look up to people just because they're honest. I feel like everyone in the world needs to be honest, you know? Like, come on. Today, though, I will be smoking on some more of the headband from Trade Roots. I do believe that this strain right here is decent. I did kind of say some hateful shit about this strain. I do not like the way that they are trimming their flower. I'm gonna get that out in the air right now. Trade Roots. Someone recommended me it. I definitely enjoy the flower. It's not bad. The way they're trimming this flower is terrible. The way they package their flower is terrible. Like, look at this. I feel like I'm getting shit in a vacuum sealed bag again. Like, what is this? Basically like smoking rocks, and I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know. I definitely do think that they have some potential though. I definitely want to try more of their flower from their actual dispensary. I got this flower from High Profile, the fucking goofies, so you never know what they did. They might have stepped on it, they might have threw it under their car before they were taken off early. I don't know. You never know. What you do know is they're definitely not doing it right. They're not going about it right. So I definitely want to check out this brand at their actual dispensary, see if actually there's anything behind the hype. There's been a lot of people. There's actually been like about three, two or three people in the past week who have recommended Trade Routes. So I had to grab it. I had to go grab it. And the only dispensary nearby was High Profile. So I definitely think that High Profile overall, I'm not going to be someone just to bash them. I'm not going to be over here just saying, oh, it's terrible weed, it's terrible this, that, and the third. It's not. They have some decent quality stuff. Just terrible quality people overall. Um, I feel like I'm being a hater. I feel like I'm being a hater. Which like, I don't know. If I was owning a dispensary, I feel like I would not want my workers to shut it down early. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? I know there's no one in the fucking chat now. I've probably scared everyone away with my negativity. But hey, we have to be honest. We have to be honest. I feel like I'm repeating myself to an extent now. You could probably see it. I'm just not normal. I'm not in my normal headspace. I definitely am just very annoyed because just time. Honestly, who plays with time? People that you shouldn't be around. You should not be around people who play with your time. Anyone that plays with your time doesn't respect you. Say it like that. And why would you want to buy something that you're going to put into your lungs from someone that you can't be respected by? That's someone that doesn't respect you. They don't respect your time. They don't respect your money. They don't respect anything. They need to go get. They need to go home. They need to go watch some Netflix. Let's be honest. Are any of these people doing anything successful with their lives? And I'm not trying to act like I am. I have a YouTube channel. I'm not doing anything successful. I'm not really gonna be able to financially gain too much off this YouTube channel. But like, come on. I think you guys can see what I'm trying to create here. I'm getting myself comfortable in front of these cameras. I'm creating a character because one day I will be in movies. It's going to be movies that at first will be directed by other people, but one day I will direct all my own movies and just watch. I don't know if you guys have seen my video yet, my plan of why I even started a YouTube page, but it ties in with the reason why I started to learn martial arts. And some of you guys may be thrown off. You might not even know that I do practice martial arts, but that is something that I love to keep kind of close to my chest. I have posted many videos about it, so I don't keep it too close to my chest. But martial arts is something it's I use it for therapy. I use it mainly as something that I'm learning how to do my own stunts. That is the main goal why I wanted to start martial arts is to learn the flashy moves, to learn the spinning back kicks, to learn the spinning back fist, all like the flashy things that people want to see in movies because honestly, tell me that doesn't sound like a decent idea. If you look at all of these famous actors, these famous people that are in movies, the only way they found their way into that position was either through lifetime just practicing how to be an actor or or they created some avenue, some loophole into the system. Mm, maybe a YouTube page, hint hint hint, maybe a martial art, maybe some sports, maybe something along those lines where they were able to create this avenue or this lane that brings them into the acting role. And what I'm saying now is basically it's going to draw a lot of people off. A lot of people don't believe in dreams. They don't believe in dreams. And I'm not saying that this is a dream. I'm not going to say that it is a dream by any means. It is reality. It is something that will happen. And I will not settle for anything less. So follow me on this journey if you believe me or not. Maybe you want to watch because you don't believe me. Watch. Just see. I want to bring a more positive spin to this. Honestly, I haven't even been able to shower. I worked all day, wasted time in the later day. Um, Maybe I should hit up Cloud Cover Cannabis. Be like, hey, tuned in? You watching? And honestly, let me say this: I have nothing fully against Cloud Cover Cannabis. The fact that they want to say, let me read word for word what they did say, so I'm not lying. Said, okay, got it. I'm not gonna say he because I don't know what the fuck who I'm talking to. It says, okay, got it. I'll reach out to that team. It's not our store. That store is a different set of owners. What that right there is a very slick way of becoming unaccountable. That is just goofy. right there what they said. I said, say no more. They said, sorry. Well, let me slow down. They said, sorry you had a shitty experience either way. That's bullshit. And I go, hope my video helps others not have the same experience with a handshaking emoji. So as you guys can see, not a lot of accountability, not a lot of accountability at all. And what I do not like to see is the fact that I know that there's going to be a lot of people that actually unfollow my Instagram because of my stories. I love that actually. I shouldn't say I don't like to see that. I love that actually. I love to see what people are soft, which people are really offended by the truth. Because think about it like this. If I was the owner of this dispensary, if I wasted someone's time, I would repay them in some sort of way. Maybe it doesn't have to be money. Maybe it doesn't have to be anything all like that at all. Maybe it's just I don't know. Uh, you have to figure out a way that is better than just saying, "Oh wow, yeah, well that's not our team. That's technically not our team. We're not tied in with that team." I would be like, if you show up a little bit earlier next time, I would allow you to do a video in the place and basically just that. That's basically all I would like from this. And I'm not actually acting, I shouldn't be acting like I have demands. This is kind of a bad way of ending my rant because this also makes me look bad. This also makes me look like I expect something, which I just expect people to respect my time at the end of the day. Respect is huge and it's something that is getting lost in a lot of people's brains. A lot of people don't have any respect for themselves and they show that by not respecting anyone else. And at the end of the day, I strongly, strongly believe that everyone, no matter how rich, how poor, whatever you think you are, you think you're a god, you think you're a piece of shit, whatever you think you are, because most of you are pieces of shit at the end of the day. I'm a piece of shit. We all are pieces of shit. We all have bad thoughts in our brains, and we all have to look in the mirror at the end of the day and we have to face all the realities. So if you think you're a god, eh, that's interesting. Honestly, some people do have that god complex. I actually have had days in my life where I'm like, oh shit, I'm a god. Like I feel like I just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it to an extent. I feel like it's more me. It's ego. It's what it is. Especially once you learn martial arts. Before I sparred anyone, when I was first training martial arts, I had this feeling like I was just unstoppable. Like I was this godly force that no one would ever be able to beat me in a fight. No one could beat me until I went and I sparred. I went to Lozon's gym. It's actually Joe Lozon's gym. Some of you guys who are interested in martial arts will know exactly who I'm talking about. Joe Lozon is a savage. He is someone who not only is just very good at martial arts, he is just a savage. Like he is someone who is in there to kill or be killed, and he is ready to die. Let me say that he is ready to die. He is a savage. But that's besides the point. When I went to that gym, one of the first days I went there, I did go into the gym and I did say that I had experience. I had no experience. I had zero experience. I did train with my friend a few times, which in my brain at that time made me think that I was this elite fighter, but by no means was I anywhere that was on any level where I was actually able to fight. Let me say it like that. I was just not good. I had no footwork. I had no skills at all. And today, I'm not gonna act like I am some great fighter. I'm not gonna act like I am something great now. I will dust a lot of people up. I will hurt a lot of people in a fight if I was to fight them. which, hey, don't believe me if you don't want to believe me. Um, Press your luck. You might get a whammy. You never know. But all I'm gonna say is that there is some situations where you just learn that your ego will put you into bad, bad situations if you let it. So you just need to always have that reality check. And I don't know how I've got to this point. I don't know how I've got to this point where I'm talking about my ego. That's what happens. That's what happens whenever I get mad. I start ended up going on rants. But at this point, I have been on here for over a half an hour. I am gonna end up smoking this bowl that I grounded up probably at the beginning of this half hour. Um, Honestly, I have no hate for this brand. I have no hate for this brand, Cloud Cover Cannabis. I would love to think of a final word, a final message. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on a song. I'm going to turn on a song and I'm going to smoke this bowl and I'm going to come up with a final message for y'all. Um, Whoever watches this, shout out to you. Honestly, at this point, I've definitely been very incoherent and very just stupid. I've been babbling on about nothing that is really that important. So, shout out to anyone that has been watching this. Um, I did say I was going to turn a song on, so let's do that. It's my favorite song right now. This thing goes hard. Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. Oh, I have a very good question. So, for the people that watch this back, not going to be a lot of people. For those people, let me turn this down real fast. Um, well, I've been debating. Do you even want to see this top 10 stoner horror movies that bad? I'm asking this as a question that I do want to reply for. Do you even want to see this that bad? Because if not, if you can wait for it, if you're able to wait for it, I do strongly want to do this video about the um, business of exotic bags. I want to do that first. So, if you guys have the patience, then I would love to do the business of exotic bags first. If you guys don't have the patience, I would, of course, do the stoner horror movie first. So, be honest with me. You guys see that I'm a very, very honest person. I would love you guys to be completely honest with me, too. With that being said, talk shit about me. Go ahead, talk shit about me. Say whatever, anything, anything. Run those comments the fuck up. Let's go, motherfuckers. Let's get this comments going. Let's get everything going. I want to see numbers. I want to see big numbers, and the way to see that is by stirring the pot a little bit. So hey, at the end of the day, maybe this video today might be a little bit more successful than I really thought it was going to be. I did go off on kind of weird tangents. I don't know if that's the proper word for that. Just weird rants. Let's say it like that. Um with that being said, hey, fuck it. I've probably said with that being said a million times today. No one here is perfect, especially not the people that work at that dispensary high profile. They are the farthest thing from perfect. Um let's get back to smoking. Or just let's get to smoking. I guess there could be like some good memes from this. Hey, if I'm ever famous, watch this back. You'll get some good content out of this. You'll be able to find some funny clips of me just going off. No, 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 no. This was a dope collab. They had Central C, Tion Wayne. I'm not too sure if Tion Wayne is. I know he's like from Britain or England, whatever. Um, Not a big fan of England, if I'm just being honest with you guys. Anyone from England that is watching this, I'm a fan of you though, so continue to watch this. Much love. But England, not a big fan. Um, Music from there, I'm a big fan of though. I don't know if you ever heard of this guy right here. Let me put on a fucking good song for you guys. And let me know, do you guys want me to play music throughout these live streams? Do you guys want me to start playing music that I listen to, put you guys onto some music? Let me know. I'm definitely down to do that too. This right here goes crazy. Still goes hard. So yeah, we're smoking some of the headband right now. Definitely, definitely am enjoying this strain overall. I kind of like it. It's not bad. I like that part. He said, "I'm leaving no crumbs. I'm a scavenger." That's how you gotta be if you want to get rich. I need to clean this bong bad, bad. I hate this chair that I'm sitting on. I also need to get a chair. I need to get a whole new setup. One thing that you guys could do, right? I had one person on my thing earlier. They said, "How can you support this channel?" You want to support this channel? Buy sweatshirts. Buy sweatshirts for me. I have clearly enterprise sweatshirts going for the low right now. Honestly, I will bless you on a good deal. So buy one. I definitely think you'll actually enjoy the sweater too. It's actually very comfortable. It's very nice. I actually do really love wearing these. I wear these a lot. So definitely tap in. So you get the message. You get the point. He's a very good rapper. It could be because he's white, but when I see him, I'm like, maybe I could rap. I probably could rap. Be very interesting to hear my raps. I would definitely have some very interesting topics. If I continue to do this YouTube shit, let me get this out there. I have some good stories. I have some good stories. I've been in some very weird positions in life. Whether it's, I shouldn't get too into it now. I shouldn't get too into it now. But anyone that watches this over, let me say this. Um, if you know me from real life, you know that there's some interesting stuff that I could talk about. There's some very, very interesting things. I definitely will. One day I will get into it. I will get into it all. I definitely really would love to. I would love to come on here, sit down with someone, do a podcast type thing, and we just have stories. We tell different stories about different not crime, um, just different dumb stuff that we've been through. Say it like that. I've been in some weird I've been in like weird places. I've been in like weird programs and shit. I've been in DYS. I've been in some weird places. Let's say like that. And what I mean by weird, it's just like something that's indifferent. It's not normal for someone. It's what I call everything weird if it's not normal, like it or not. It's how I do it. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I've been just babbling. I've been on here for 41 minutes. This is crazy. This shows you that I can talk. I can talk. But this let's sum this up. Um so I do strongly believe that Cloud Cover Cannabis is a good brand when it comes to quality to an extent. I would say that there is better brands. There's better brands out there. I would say that the strain that I smoked from them though was pretty good, and I'm actually really sad that I didn't get the opportunity to try their Bubba Kush because no one else has Bubba Kush. No one else has Bubba Kush. So the fact that I didn't get to try their Bubba Kush was very disappointing. The fact that I wasted money even going to this dispensary was very disappointing. But hey, at the end of the day, I can't be too upset about it. I have to also know that with there's only you can only win and you can only learn. There's no losses in life as long as you use it as a lesson. So I can either use this as a lesson in the sense of me never going back there, or I can know to go earlier. I don't know. All I do know is it was definitely partly my fault at the end of the day. I definitely know that I know that going there last minute to a dispensary isn't the best option, but hey, closing 10 minutes early is very lazy and just goofy. So, definitely appreciate anyone that does watch this to the end. I'm going to get out of here now because at this point I'm just repeating myself and it's kind of boring. I would say that there hasn't been anything too eventful throughout this thing. I would say that some people will enjoy the negativity at the beginning. Some people will enjoy me bashing that brand. And I'm not gonna say that the brand's bad. I did repeat myself just now. I'm not gonna say the brand's bad, but fuck that dispensary. Fuck that dispensary. If they want to act like they aren't connected to that dispensary, the brand is connected to the dispensary. That's a fact. Like that brand is the flower of that dispensary. It's just a fact. So just not the whole thing was goofy. I I'm out of here though. I appreciate anyone that watches this and stay blessed and stay away from high profile in Dorchester.